It's not every day you get to deal with the person who killed you. And since you set them free, you get to deal with them again sometime in the future. Ooh, you're more forgiving than I am. I would have at least taken a finger. Anyway, it doesn't matter what I think. You found the assassin, and you're still alive, which means well done, Marius. Now you're looking towards Emerald Stair. Whole other kind of deadly out there. Forests, sure, but wild. The people of Fior Messiverno tamed what they could and give a safe birth to the rest. But past that is the strange stuff. Ruins, spirits, and other things that you should steer clear of. Considered it, sure. I wouldn't be much of a guide if I dropped you off at the edge of Dawnshore and said, good luck. Good to be here. We've got a bit of a walk ahead of us. You might want to get some rest. Anyway. Ask away. Same one you are. What kind of blessed question is that? Oh, I see. I sometimes use lember without really thinking about it. That's what you mean, right? Right. I hear Pargrunen all over the world speak it. I only know what I learned in Solace. I barely realize I'm doing it anymore. If you want to learn lember, you'll have to spend time in Solace. And that's not going to happen anytime blessed soon. Right. Something like that. I'm sure you'll pick it up as we travel. It's not that blessed difficult. Well, I'm one of the very few people who spends most of their time out in the wilds and haven't gotten themselves killed yet. I know the difference between hay-bleed toxin and high-tox bloom, which is something you should be really thankful for. And you know the Ballarok and the Grinning Ballarok? Probably the meanest living thing out in the wilds. Just as soon tear you apart as look at you. I am one of the few who have seen a Ballarok and lived. Mostly because I had the brains to run the Dragu out of there. We're gonna get you where you're going, Envoy. Alive and with as few blithe tail bites as possible. That, more or less, is all you need to know about me. Yes, I did. The less we talk about that, the better. Thank you. Not everyone accepts that some things are best left in the past. Right, changing the subject. Right, what do you want to know? You probably know most of this, but here goes. Normally you look for some shelter first. Cut down a few small trees, gather moss to keep the wind out. Nothing too elaborate. With so little tree cover, you want to keep moving. The reeds near the coast make great fibers for rope, so you can lash branches together and make a decent roof. Of course, we're always moving, so we just make a quick camp and carry on. So you don't have to worry about all that. Heard an envoy from Adir showed up and got herself killed. Other than that, nothing. Honestly, I don't listen out for gossip much. I don't know what to tell you. Lovely place, as the Living Lands goes. I advise most people to stay around here if they're looking to settle. Paradise isn't the safest place in the world, but it is the safest place in the lands. Walls and guards go a long way out here. Other than that, you've got bits of forest, grasslands, some caves, cliffs, and all sorts of things to get you into trouble. This is the easiest place to survive in the Living Lands. Enjoy it while it lasts. Word is the hunting in the Strangleroot has been a lot better since someone cleared out the diseased bear that lived out there. I never hunt out there, but a lot of people owe someone a word of thanks and a half a jug of Wodak. What? Gods, you should have led with that information. Actually, better keep it to yourself. You don't want thump-chested nimdudes coming after you like the ones who come after me. Right. Good talk. Fior Messiverno, huh? Guess if you're looking for an Animancer, that's the place to go. They're not just thick, they're nigh impenetrable. And there's a distinct feeling that they want you dead. Nothing we can't get through, but you'll be glad you brought me along. I do have some experience with Emerald Stair. I've led a few people there from Paradise or Thirdborn, and I've almost lost someone on every trip.
Someone's slipping.
I said, almost. Just glad I can help. Right, changing the subject. Pleasant dreams.
Not everyone warrants an assassination attempt, you know. You should be flattered. I'd say he can learn a thing or two from you. But I think you had him at a loss when you let him go. Me too, for that matter. Don't get me wrong, I'm impressed. Not many in your position would have let him walk away. Things aren't always that clear, especially when you're staring down a man who tried to send you back to the wheel. But I like your certainty. Why'd you do it? I can see why your Emperor relies on your resourcefulness. I'm afraid we haven't seen the last of this conflict, though. Eagwolf isn't the only hothead in the Living Lands, and he's certainly not the only one with his hackles up about all you Adira newcomers. And Ludwig and the Steel Garrote are only making matters worse. They're a match to a powder keg. Your ambassador and the rest of the Adiran forces have been dragging the frontier, kicking and screaming towards order and civilization. All the things that half of us moved here to escape. Then, one day, Ludwig and the Steel Garrote show up to reinforce the Adiran presence, and they're as harsh as Wodak herself. Strict is one thing, fanatical's another. The Rawatayan Navy's known for harsh punishment. When I served, we watched a gunner hold a red-hot cannonball while she sang our empire's anthem. All for trading some of our supplies on the side, mind you. It also resulted in one of the most effective navies in Aora. Or so the argument goes. However, that approach won't win many allies in the Living Lands, as Ludwig will find out. Judging from that meeting, Ambassador Hilgard and Ludwig don't see eye to eye. I'm afraid that means trouble on the horizon, especially if Ludwig starts operating around him. Like it or not, their differences could make trouble for you, especially since the Stilgarrot is here under Adir's flag. And I worry about what that means for the rest of us. Just thinking about Claviger Amon. I let him down. I've let a few people down over the years. But I did promise someone once that I'd do my part to look after all of us riffraff who've made a home here. My best chance of doing that is helping you investigate this plague and keep a lid on tensions. And, hopefully, fend off any future assassination attempts. The feeling's mutual. It's nice to share a campfire again. I think that's enough doom and gloom for one night, don't you? Sleep easy, Envoy. As best you can. Enjoy the ocean breeze while we're here.
Haze, mirrors. We have touched something like your dreams before. Our roots entwine, but we cannot linger here long. We must know. A killer freed, a predator returned to the woods. You bled and forgave. Why? Should he not suffer for your pain? Compassion for the snake. He killed our beloved, our weeds tangled. This is not our way. A dam broke. We wept in the dark when your soul slipped away. We feared for you, felt your agony. We could not forgive. Petals disperse on the wind. Wake now. We have tending to do.
The Living Lands are a dangerous place. A newcomer like you surely needs armaments. Time to rest.
What kind of a job is Envoy anyway? Get lost.
I hope they don't take things too far, though. I like the frontier.
C6 soldiers. Ah, what's this regiment coming to?
Something happened here. Birth. Voices. Arms building a wall. The ruins sleep in the field now. The only proof they lived. How do we leave our mark upon the river of memory? The trees speak through their roots, a forest greater than its parts. We are not alone. This soothes us.
Just like the Strangle Road. Envoy, you gotta tell me your secret.
The Envoy blacked out for a moment, and now the Audra has flowers on it. Does that about sum it up?
Welcome back. Care to peruse my wares?
Hold a moment. They tell me you're going to Emerald Stair. Business or pleasure? Be careful. There's a lot of island to explore, and a lot of it can kill you dead. Fair warning, Envoy. Before you showed up, Inquisitor Ludwine barged past me. She was looking none too pleased. I didn't ask. The less I know, the better. Anyway, I thought you should know Ludwine's on the prowl. Tread lightly.
So Ludwine's somewhere out there doing who knows what. Wonderful.
Given how angry she was about Eagwolf, probably best we give her a wide berth.
Good luck out there. You're gonna need it.
Can't say I'm sad to be leaving Paradise. I had no idea how tense things were with the Adirans moving in. And now we have to worry about whether the man who killed you is going to try again.
It's what most of us come here for. I only wish more of us really got one. Unfortunately, the Steel Garrote will see this as an excuse to crack down. I get the feeling they've been looking for one.
Steel Garrote? I figured they're just more intense Adiran soldiers.
They're certainly making their presence known. Can't say they're making any friends, though.
I don't like that Ludwig woman. She gives me the freakus.
Yeah, I've seen floggings gentler than the scolding she gave Hilgard. One's tacking when the other's jibing, if you catch my drift. Taking in the slack is one thing. They look ready to strangle each other with it.
Then it's a good thing we're getting out of the city.
Yeah. Much as Liviana misses our company, I wouldn't count on your mysterious friend reviving you a second time.
Are you listening to that friend when you go all blank-eyed from time to time? Does your special friend talk to you? I mean, I had an imaginary friend when I was little, but they never brought me back from the dead.
He means that with all due professional respect, of course.
How do you know this friend doesn't mean us any harm? Well, maybe figure it out. We can't prepare for what we don't know is coming.
We're headed to Fior Messi Verno to see if the Animancers know anything about the Dream Scourge, right? Maybe we'll learn something about your condition in the process.
Right. When it comes time to deal with Animancers, you two are on your own.
Fair enough, but I wouldn't expect a warm welcome. Hilgard's already brought your homeland's prohibitions against Animancy to Paradise.
They could stand around and have scholarly debates about souls all they want. Gives me a great opportunity to take a nap.
I haven't been back in a while, but Fior is, an interesting place. It was founded about 50 years ago by a disgraced Valian duke and a handful of Animancers who'd soured on politics in the republics.
Town full of nobles, scholars, and leeches, all surviving off the work of the farmers who grow food for the whole island.
They're an eccentric bunch. You'll see. It turns out that academics are as ungovernable as the rest of us rabble.
They don't understand what they're messing with. They can't tame the wilds with machinery.
They've held it at bay, until recently. Their ingenuity, or madness, or heresy, take your pick, has fed a lot of people in the living lands. But, rumor has it, some unnatural blight is destroying their crops. We'll find out soon enough. And while we're in Emerald Stair, there's something I've been putting off. An old friend from my time in Thirdborn had a cabin out in the woods. Tama. He passed a while ago. You won't regret it. Emerald Stair's lovely.
No matter what I tell you, you keep picking flowers from things that want to kill you.
Hey, they love me. You just gotta ask nicely. Compliment their foliage.
Right. Maybe buy them a drink before they choke you to death with vines. I'd hope so. I think that goes without saying.
You and I have quite the adventure ahead of us, Envoy.
I have 2 rules. No campfire songs and no hugs. That last one's non-negotiable.
I hear wiggle room on the singing.
If we're done being ridiculous, we should get some rest. We'll be in Emerald Stair tomorrow.
Good to have you with us, Marius.
Right. Go to bed before you violate the hugging rule.